Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Got a question in here from Stephen Liu. Stephen writes in an email. He says, "Hi Matt, I have a question of lenses that I would like your opinion on. I'm looking for a telephoto lens for the D750." So he's got the Nikon D750. The 70-300 Tamron Nikon seems to make the most sense in terms of budget, price, and focal range. But I've also been able to find the old version of the Sigma 150-500 before the Art series used online at around the same price. I know the Sigma is more bulky and heavier, but been really interested in that extra 200 millimeters. I have the 24-120 f4 to cover the wide end of it. Since I shoot mostly landscape and wildlife, birds mainly, it's an older lens, I think, compared to the Tamron Nikon, so which would you recommend in terms of quality and value? Thanks. Good question, Stephen. I have had, I think, once or maybe two copies of the Nikon 70-300, just because I've bought and sold them, not because there was anything wrong with them. And it was a very good performing lens, very good value for the price, and I really like that lens. Can't speak to the Tamron in that version of lens, the 70-300, but I've heard good things. I did have the Nikon, and I really liked it. The Sigma 150-500, I don't think I've shot with that. I think I had the 120-4 or something like that. It's been a while since I had that in. What I do remember is seeing online when I was researching them that the 500mm end, that extra 200 millimeters you're looking for, is not as sharp and not as good performing at that long end, which is often the case in a zoom that has an incredible range like that. It's weaker in the long end, or one of the extremes anyways. So if you really want it, well then there's your answer. If you really want that 200 millimeters, because the 70-300 doesn't give it to you. If you're willing to live with the degradation in image quality at the long end, I would suggest the 70-300 for price and value and performance. That would be my recommendation. But again, if you really want that extra 200 millimeters, you don't really have a whole lot of options unless you can step up to the new Nikon, the 200-500. So, which is very, very nice. So, what do you guys think? Would you go 70-300 in the Nikon or Tamron here, or would you go with the Sigma 150-500? Perhaps some of you have owned that Sigma 150-500, shot with it, and you can relate to us what your feelings, what your experience is on the long end of it. Let us know in the comments below what you do and why, and if you have experience with that lens, let us know. Thanks for your question, Stephen. Hopefully everybody's feedback here will help you out in deciding what way you want to go. As I said, I would lean towards the Nikon 70-300. I owned it and I like that lens. Thanks, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.